Hello and welcome to Physics Problems One by One.
So here is a problem. As always, read it, maybe once, maybe twice, and then pause the video and try to solve it yourself.
Let's continue our math and let's talk about solving equations. For example, x plus y equals 6 and x minus y equal, 4. So when we see this, we immediately have to say that x and y are both unknown. X is unknown and y is unknown, and that's the nature. And we have two equations and two unknowns. And typically it's a very good sign because this allows us to solve this equation. There are many ways of solving these equations. But for example, let's first find x, isolate x from this equation or this, it doesn't matter. Let's isolate it from this pretending that y is known. Let's pretend that y is known and we want to isolate x. What we do, we subtract y from both sides. So y minus y would be gone and here would be 6 minus y. Or we simply say x is here, y is shipped here. So it would be 6 minus y. And second equation we write as x minus y equal 4. We still have two equations, but they are written in a little bit different form. Now we say x equals this, and we substitute this x in this equation. So, from first equation we isolate one unknown, in this case x, and then we put it into the second equation, we substitute. So what we have, we forget about this, and this, instead of x, we have 6 minus y, and this is minus y equal 4. And so suddenly we have one equation and one unknown. We forgot about this x for time being, and we simply say that we have one equation, one unknown. How we solve it? Okay, we isolate everything with y. So this is y and minuses, so it would be very good to send it to other side. Because we could of course leave it here and say minus 2y, but let's send it there and 4 we will send there. Of course it's the same like to say let's add 2y to both sides and let's add 2y minus 4. 2y minus 4 to both sides. Or we can do it first 2y and then minus 4. For example, if we do 2y minus 4, this would be 6 minus 2y, and then we add 2y minus 4, and this is the left side, we added this thing. And to the right it would be 4, and don't forget to add the same thing. We added $5 to the left side, we should add $5 to the right side, otherwise it would be not fair. Also then, and the trick is that we added 2y, so 2y is gone. And here we added minus 4, so minus 4 is gone. And we have simply 6 minus 4 equal 2y. And of course, after doing this for several times, we will understand that, oh, okay, why don't we have this minus y and minus y, it's 2y. We send them there, we change the sign, always change the sign. This will become 2y on the right. 4 we will send to the left and change the sign, 6 minus 4. And we will have 2 equal to y, and y equal 2 divided over 2, because we send this here, and y becomes 1. Fantastic! If y becomes 1, then we go in reverse order, from here to here to here, until we meet x. The moment we meet x, we put it here, and we say x equals 6 minus y, x equals 6 minus 1, x equals 5, right? And then we have to validate. This is always a very important thing, validation. So we have our results. X equals 5 and y equals 1. And so what we do, we put this over here in this system. So instead of x we put 5, instead of y we put 1, and we should receive 6, and we see that it's valid. 5 minus 1 equal 4. And this is again becomes 6 equals 6 and 4 equal 4, and it is absolutely valid, so our solution is correct. We never made a mistake. If we made a mistake, we go back all the way until we will find where we introduce this error. And finding your own errors is the most challenging, the most difficult, and the most useful thing that you can do to your technique. Because finding errors of others is easy, finding your own errors is difficult. But okay, let's do another thing, the tricks, how we can do. First of all, we can find y from here. Of course we can isolate y. Y would be 6 minus x. This would be the same, equal 4, and then we will leave this as this, but instead of this we put y. So we have x minus, and here would be brackets, 6 minus 6 equal 4. And you see, I never try not to do too many things in your brain because it's error-prone activity. It looks like faster, but it's actually longer. Minus by minus would be x equal 4. 2x would be here, 6 would be shipped to another side. It would be 6 plus 4. 2x equal 10. X equal 10 divided over 2, because 2 would be shipped to the bottom of this fraction, and x would become 5. And we know that we have to put y here, find y, that y is 1, and everything will be alright. So it doesn't matter where we start, we isolate x or isolate y, it's just a matter of preference. Sometimes they only ask about one variable. If they want us about x, we isolate y and we receive equation about x. If they ask us about y, we isolate x, put it here, and only equation with y is left. But more often than not, they want us both, and then it doesn't really matter. And of course, there are tricks. For example, you can solve it using this trick. You can say, let's add both parts. If I add this plus this, it would be x plus y plus x minus y. Because I added this to this, and of course it should be equal the same like this equal to this. And then y and y is gone, and y I added because I noticed that this plus, a minus, and they will cancel itself. And it would be 2x equal 10, and x equal 5. I don't want to repeat this. But okay, this is the first equation. But I can also do not plus but minus. If I minus this, I will see that x's will be cancelling. But if I do it formally, x plus y minus bracket. And instead of brackets, there would be this. Boom. And here would be 6 minus 4. And if I open the brackets, it would be minus x and plus y. Because when I opening it, I changing the sign, and 6 minus 4 would be 2. And x and minus x would be gone, and 2y would be equal 2, and accordingly y would be equal 2 divided over 2, because I ship 2 to the bottom of this. This is notice, this is not a addition but division. In addition, when I ship to another side, I change the sign. Here, no changing the sign, and y becomes 1. And this is one of the methods that can be solved using this equation. And next time I will show you how to do with 3 equations. It's basically the same. 3 unknowns, 3 equations. You should not be scared. So, but to notice when I put the video about the next method, don't forget to subscribe, bell, like, ask a question if you have, put a comment if you have, and ask me your problem if you want. Thank you very much.